Welcome to the Let Me Call You Back podcast. My name is Declan Brooks, an aspiring comedian and podcaster based in the Philadelphia area. Each week, we talk with my brother Raymond, or one of the many friends I've made out on the road traveling for work all over the country. We catch up on daily happenings, crazy news, or whatever we find funny that day. If you enjoy what you hear on this podcast, you can also find it on Patreon. Please enjoy. What is it?
Oh, even now there's a right error. Hold on. 8 seconds. Yeah, sometimes it just stops recording. Nope, we're good.
All right.
That red light's on. We're good.
We are playing in a away stadium tonight, my friends. We are in New York City. I am in my friend's apartment. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
When do you think I met you think, Alex? Was it like my second mic?
Yeah, second.
Was it Velvet Libations?
Probably. Back in Connecticut. Simsbury.
Yeah.
Was it Simsbury?
Wherever Velvet is.
I think it's Simsbury.
It's gone.
It's gone now. Shout out to D Rums. Shout out D Rums
Jordan
for
Carl.
Never answering my messages back with I'd love to book you. No, shout out D Rums for real. Answer my fucking messages.
Yeah, guys. Welcome to the Let Me Call You Back podcast. My name is Declan Brooks. I am joined by Alex Tomaselli of the Yes Offense podcast.
That's me.
Those of you that know, or those of you if you're a new listener, welcome. I'll preface this by saying when I started my comedy journey, I started in Connecticut. I started at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Alex wasn't there, but that week it really lit the fire in me. And then I think the following week I met him at a mic somewhere nearby that, and I think I just bothered him until we were friends. So
yeah,
I think that's what happened.
That's how it works.
Usually,
you're a pleasant fella.
I know. I'm genuinely nice. People gravitate towards a big jolly giant, jolly green giant.
Yeah, man.
We are here in New York City. We are doing
Brooklyn.
a podcast in Alex's
living room.
Yeah, and we're doing a podcast on his board.
Where I do my pod. We're basically doing my podcast, your podcast with everything I do except the camera.
Which one is Real Talk?
That one.
Real Talk.
Oh yeah, boys. Any Yes Offense listeners out there? We got the drops on this pod.
Yeah, this week we're gonna
Yes Offense.
We're gonna have some fun drops. We used to have a really cool drops when Raymond was here. I miss you, Raymond. But he's down in Baltimore doing his thing. Yeah, my little brother Raymond. That's how this podcast started. As you recall, like when I started this whole thing, my little brother, he'd call me a lot and ask me what was going on, and that's how the podcast started. It was our recollection of how my week went and him checking in and seeing what was going on with me. So we're just talking about the week, dude. Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Single, baby. Depression.
How many times did you beat off yesterday, Alex?
Honestly, I think twice.
Twice? You think twice?
I think.
That means it was 4 to 5 times.
It was almost certainly twice, I want to say. I definitely think it was twice.
Man, I at least remember 2 times.
Yes. I'm not like without,
I'm
not without a lady, it's just I am technically single on the books.
Yeah, what's Jordan Belfort saying in that movie? Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump that up.
Oh, dude, yeah, that he doesn't say it. Matthew McConaughey does.
Yeah, you're right. In the it gets said to him. Yeah,
That's what but that scene is what every like every fucking jock kid uses for inspiration to like go to work at Foot Locker.
It really acted as the catalyst that sparked the bro generation. It really kicked it off worse.
It's like, yo, I'm just like Jordan Belfort, and I'm gonna go door to door and sell you cable.
I'm gonna be a stockbroker in New York. My dad's a fucking therapist. All right.
I mean, it's just as realistic as me being like, I'm gonna move to New York City and make it, baby.
As a comic, right?
As a stand-up comedian with almost zero online presence and other stuff. Not really almost, but
it's the same thing as a New York comic and
I'm underselling myself. I'm doing all right.
A bro that wants to be a stockbroker.
No, because they'll probably make more money than me.
They probably both say the F word and the N word while trying to be funny.
Dude, you know what? Damn, dude, you made a
parallels.
I was gonna, and they also probably do blow way too much.
Speaking of blow,
and sexually assault women. Yes,
I met a gentleman tonight who's a comedian.
I'm kidding.
That actually, he offered me blow outside of a mic tonight. It was the most genuinely New York experience I've ever had. I was like, "What do you do for a living?" He's like, yeah, I work in finances and analysts work. I was like, of course you do. You just offered me cookies.
Yeah, dude.
Really nice guy. He was very friendly. We were sitting next to each other in a bar, and I was like, I'm going to a mic. He's like, can I come? I'm like, you sure can, bud.
Dude, I've realized that in New York City, too. Like, if someone you barely know likes you enough, like me
they'll
and
offer you their cocaine or gold?
Yeah, me and you, dude, it's like you want to smoke a joint, and most people, some people are cool, and they're like, yeah, and some people are like, nah, I can't smoke, whatever. But out here, if you're chilling with someone long enough, and it's just you two, they'll, like, look around and be like, you want to do some blow? You do blow? People all the time say to me, like, Sully, you do blow, right? And I'll be like, no, never done it. And they're like, really? Really? And I go, not once. And
yeah, they think they're gonna take you in. You're like,
no,
show you.
They're surprised I've never done blow.
Is it the nose?
Dude, it's the nose.
It's the schnoz.
It's the attitude, the personality I have. People are like, you don't do blow. You don't do blow, and I'm like, not once. They're like, how do you function? How much coffee do you drink? 0 coffee as well.
Yeah, this is just anxiety.
Yeah, dude, literally too much weed. And anxiety. Like the weed, I'm also trying to cut back on weed because I'm realizing it's not helping as much, as I like to think. I love it, but it's like I gotta stop, having panic attacks over nothing. Nothing.
The subway. These goddamn trains. I'm retarded. I should love trains, but they're tearing me apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Every goddamn day.
It's exactly that. I'm like, I don't want to get on a train. It's so long. I'll just walk around my neighborhood for 4 hours.
Yeah, right. And just fucking rumble to myself. These fucking bikes going up and down the street.
These mopeds on the sidewalks.
Man,
I actually do that.
I'd be so annoyed. I was just thinking about this earlier, actually. When I was younger, the day I got my driver's permit, my dad took me to a boxing matches down in Atlantic City. He's like, you want to be the DD?
Ooh.
I was 16, so I got the DD to a boxing match.
Oh, my God, dude.
And so we go down there and we watch this fight. They're both hammered, and we go down to the casino, and he's like, just stand here and watch. So we're watching them, and they're gambling and everything. And me and the guy's son that I'm with,
made out.
We're both. He's 14, I'm 15, and he's like, "Here's $5. Why don't you go put this in a slot machine, see what happens?" I was like, "Okay." And you know what happened?
Whoop! They scooped you up.
Little Mexican woman in a security uniform came up to me. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, nothing. She's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 18." She's like, "You have to be 21 to gamble." I'm like, "I'm 15." She's like, "What the fuck? You say you're 18?" I was like, "I thought you had to be 18 to gamble." Yeah. She's like, "Oh, okay." Come on.
Yeah.
So my dad, this is like one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen.
For you after, yeah.
They're taking me away. I'm like, Mr. B, help! I won't say his full name. So like, Mr. B, help! And he sees us getting taken away, and he sees what's going on and goes over to the woman and goes, "Ma'am, listen, this guy's father's on a heater right now. You can't take him away from the table." You know what a heater is?
Yeah,
when you're playing craps.
Yeah,
he's like,
he's
hitting. Yeah. Everybody's making money.
Yeah.
You can't walk away.
Right.
So
there's a guy. There's
like,
a Texan next to him
she's
going,
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, brother, with his hat. He's putting his hat on your dad and stuff like
There's
that.
There's a woman kissing men.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's
she's
always
like,
in the movies. Yeah. Woo!
He's like, you're the most rootinest, tootinest Philadelphia man I've ever seen, sir.
You're gonna be rich, fella.
My dad's blacked out drunk, like, I'm fucking doing that, dude. He's fucking just getting there. So they're taking me away. She's like, yeah, okay, whatever, and takes me back. This guy is arguing with her the whole time. They take me back. She's like, we're going to wait here for the state police guy who's our in-house state police guy. He's at home sleeping. I had to call him. And so why he was so upset and worried is that when kids were gambling in casinos when you were younger and you were underage, they used to beat the shit out of them and then just kick them out of the casino.
Oh, yeah, it's like the movie Casino.
Yeah, so like he thought that's what was going to happen to me and his son. So he's like, you're not taking him in that office. This woman was trying to take us in the office. He's like blocking her. There's like a standoff in the hallway. Then a state police officer shows up. So he does this thing called an in-house adjustment. I was never arrested. I was never given a ticket. I had to sign a paper that said I was never allowed in the Tropicana Casino again until I was of gambling age. Yeah. And the reason why I brought this story up is I didn't have photo ID because it was with my driver's permit. Yeah. So I had to give them my moped license.
That's so cool,
my moped
dude.
license is in the records at the Tropicana Atlantic City. Don't let this guy in until he's 21.
My dad and I don't know if it was Atlantic City or if it was somewhere else that's more down south. That's like it's like a casino, like
Racetrack?
No, it's like a boardwalk area, a casino.
Ocean City, Maryland?
It might be, but no, we went to Ocean City, but I don't think we went. We've been to Ocean. Me and my dad used to go on vacation to Ocean City, Maryland. Yeah, which is trashy as fuck. But it was a good
Sounds
time.
like a Louis J. Gomez experience.
Dude, it was me and my dad just like
You were James.
Dude, in hindsight, this is what was going on. My dad was just getting hammered and taking me to the beach and just like staring at chicks while he was like, go to the arcade. Like that was all he did.
Did your dad's dad get killed by pimps too?
No, my dad's alive, dude. He's,
Cool,
he's
good,
doing
good,
all right.
good. No, it'll be your grandfather,
But
I think.
Go
ahead.
All right, so we went to this casino. Fuck, I wish. Let's just say it's Atlantic City because I want it to be.
You went to casino.
We also went to Atlantic City. Went to this fucking casino by the boardwalk, and we're going in, and my dad goes up to security or whoever and goes, "I have my son. Like, where can I and can't I go?" And the security guard told him, because I was even there. He told him, he was like, "You can go anywhere, but if you're going in the casino with him, you have to he has to be on your, you have to be carrying him. He can't be on the ground." So my dad was like, "Oh, word." So my dad started carrying me through the casino. I was like, I'd say 8 or something, dude. Yeah,
Your dad's a dirtbag.
My dad just started picking me up and carrying me around the casino.
He's like, "Hey, Alex, get on my back."
He starts playing like a hand, and then the security guards just come up to him like, "Sir, excuse me, can you come with us?" And he's like, "Why?" And they're like, "You can't have your kid. What are you doing?" And he's like, "They told me I could." And he's like, "No." They're like, "That's not a thing." And he's like, "They literally told us that." And he's like, "Tell them." And I was like, "Yeah, they did." And they're like, "Sir, there's no way that happened." Like they didn't believe him. And we got escorted out of the casino.
Even the guy that said he said it, he's like, "I said it."
No, it wasn't the same guy. It was
my
different
God.
people. But they were very much like, "Sir, you need to leave."
Look, sir, there's no way we gave you Dr. Seuss rules.
It was, and dude, it was like so, because to me, it's like not a big deal, because it's like, I know my dad's not a real degenerate.
Yeah.
But like,
You wanna
in
know how-
hindsight, it's so funny.
You want to know how the rest of that story went?
What?
So they're kicking us out of the casino now.
Oh,
My
yeah. I
dad-
thought you were done. Sorry.
No,
God damn it.
I was, but like, I think it's funny that you're like, my dad's not like a real degenerate. Nothing really happened. We just left. But like, you know what actually happened with my situation?
He started throwing chairs?
My dad finally comes back after he loses his hand. All right, so he comes down and he's like, "All right, what's going on, dude?" He's drunk. Finds out what's going on, and
It's like, well, you have my.
they're kicking us out. And we're walking back to the cars, and we're about to get out to the parking garage entrance, and he's like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "They have to leave. But can I go back inside?"
That's
His
awesome.
buddy's like, "Yeah, seriously." They're like, "Sir, no."
That's so.
So we go back to the car, and we sit there for 15 minutes, and he goes, "All right, we're going to go back inside." And they go back inside.
Kicked right out.
He's like, "You guys just take a nap." No, they went back in for an hour and a half.
Oh, without.
Yeah, without us, we slept. Me and this kid. He's like, "Just take a
hilarious,
nap."
dude.
It's like midnight. And then I drove home. I was the DD.
The last time I went,
I only
to-
had like 2 beers.
I went to a casino with my friends once, and this is like a group of friends, like my group of actual degenerate friends, like for real. And this is how the night went. You ready for this? I'll just recap real quick. I show up, start drinking. It's not our friend, but it's a mutual friend of like the group is there, and he like takes his shirt off and he's wearing a wife beater, and he just has a fresh swastika right on his arm. And I go,
fuck?
"What the fuck is going? What is that?" And he goes, "Bro, don't even act like you know anything about this." I go, "I mean, I know that's a Nazi symbol on your arm." And he's like, "Dude," and I go, "Why are we hanging out with this kid?" Like, I was like, "What's going on? What the fuck?" And then we were belligerent drunk at this point. We ended up going downstairs, going to the casino, not going to the buffet, going to Chick-fil-A. I forgot what happened in between that. Oh, we went like dancing, like fucked up dancing, just hammered. I end up being like, "I'm going back to the hotel. I'll be back to with weed," because I left weed or something like that. I come back, and the second I get off the shuttle, they're in a fight with each other in the lobby.
Of course.
And I literally just got back on the shuttle, and I never hung out
Well,
with them
you're
as
like,
a group.
"Well, I'm
group
exiting this situation."
I never hung out with them as a group again after that. It was
By the
sad.
time I get on down the old dusty trail.
I was like, just watching your friends fight each other from a distance
Really?
in public. Like, and they didn't see me. I watched it from a distance and said, "Well, I love them, but this is the end.
You sent them like a Civil War letter. Like, I bid you adieu. I regret to inform you. I write you from the battlefield.
Yeah.
I'm yet to return and never will.
I will never come back. You boy, it's got too rowdy.
Can I share with you my Black History Month moment of the month
dude.
so far?
I love blacks, dude. Wait, hold on.
These blacks.
Exactly. Alex has some great drops. So this was nothing anybody black did. This was something somebody white did. And it was probably one of the
I like them too.
funniest arguments I've seen for saying the N-word yet. This older white dude, he was just hanging out at... Have you heard of the Raven, obviously, in Philadelphia?
The Raven?
The Raven's like a famous open mic place where Shane Gillis and everybody came up.
Yeah.
Colin Terrell and all them ran it. I'm hanging out there, and there's this old white dude. I think his name's Mike. I'm going to use his name because he's a shitbag. He's like I'm a producer. I got a platinum record, this and that. I got artists. He keeps saying this all night. Then outside, we're like all hanging out smoking. And like, I don't know what he said or how it came out exactly, but the way it was explained from the group, because I was smoking a group over, the group he was in, he like leaned over to the one black guy in the group and was like, these N-words be crazy, you know what I mean? And the black guy leaned over to him, he's like, no, they definitely don't be crazy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he yelled at him, and the guy's defense for saying the N-word, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He immediately started crying. He's like, I'm a rapper. This is how we talk in the studio. I'm so sorry. He was crying while saying all this. I'm so sorry.
The rules. That's so... I'm picturing Frog from The Wire when you say that.
And this black guy kept his composure and did not whoop his fucking ass. Said, like, listen, pal, that's not okay. Fuck you. I don't care if you're a producer. I'm not a rapper, but here's my card.
You know, when I was a youth, a lot of hung out school, very mixed school. A lot of black kids, a lot of Puerto Rican kids. Not a lot of
Connecticut?
Asians. Yeah. Oddly, Middletown. Shout out Middletown, Connecticut. Black kids said the N-word a lot, and being around that, you pick up quick, just naturally, that white people don't say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you first see them saying it, you're like, huh.
There's always that one kid
What's that even
for
mean?
some reason is allowed to do that with their groups.
It's because they can fight or have like...
Or their stepdad's black or something.
Yeah, like to prove themselves, have like a caveat.
Yeah.
Or it's literally that or fighting. Like, you can straight up fight good because that means you're willing to say it and you fought people over. Like
yeah.
Because there's no way you just casually say that and you're not getting called out for it on the regular. You know what I mean? And also, I'm not saying I'm an expert on this, but I grew up, it's like I've seen the difference. It's
Quick
like
foundation. Alex has a podcast called Yes Offense, so he's an expert on the N-word.
How the white dudes say it. Like, it's like how you say it. It has to come off genuine, if that makes sense.
Are you that guy right now?
I'm not the one who says it.
You're seeing that video, though, of that guy being like, see, now there's a difference here. There's an A,
and
then there's an ER.
The teacher from the Boondocks, yeah.
He's like, but it wasn't from... it wasn't from Boondocks originally.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yeah. The Boondocks
I saw the video of the white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, he's like, they say it in rap songs.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude.
It's such a good clip.
Ridiculous, dude.
That episode of the Boondocks, so fucking funny. Yeah. It's the same. They literally animated that clip.
I wish I could say the N-word purely for the Boondocks.
Dude.
Because of the jail N-word, you gay. That's my favorite phrase in Boondocks.
That show
like,
so fun. I'm watching
whatever, and like he just would create any type of...
Dude,
that type of person, gay.
This is what I say to people. And I'll say that I've said this on my podcast. I say this on other people's podcasts all the time. When this subject comes up, and people are like, "Oh, have you ever said the N-word?" I'll always look at them and go, "Dude, I've watched all of the first 3 seasons." Sorry, because I didn't watch the 4th season because Aaron Magruder was involved. I've watched all 3 seasons of the Boondocks. Of course, I've quoted it with my white friends. Of course I've said it's like any white person, if you watch the Boondocks 3 episodes, you just will say it. Yeah. You eat a dick.
You was on that good shit over there until I kicked in your motherfucking chest.
It's one of my favorite lines.
Yo,
you eat a dick.
My point is if you enjoy that show and you watch just 3 episodes in a row, It's in your head. The quotes are in your head, and it's funny. I'm sorry, it's funny. That's one of the fun, and that's just that. That's what I mean.
Old black man, Uncle Ruckus, is one of the best characters ever written in a fucking cartoon.
There's also this thing in the world of white.
He's like, they're filthy.
It's like the worst.
He's always just talking shit on his own kind.
When he said, what did they say about Cristal? And then he's like, I know what they said. We don't want, that what he says about the Cristal thing. You're like, what the, who wrote that? Who the fuck wrote that? It's wild.
All right, so let me think more Black History moments of the week.
Anyway, shout out to the Boondocks. But
Shout
my point is, any white person out there in the world who says they've never, even in private, just muttered that word is a liar.
You want to hear a very, very big mistake I made as a child?
Sure. I'm not trying to make this all about the N-word.
No. I mean, I think this is funny.
I'm also not a proponent of it. I'm just saying.
No. I think it's just a funny conversation.
This is the reality we live in. People have to stop pretending like
it doesn't get said.
Not even that it doesn't get said. It's like that. Like, oh, you're a bad person. It's like, yo, if you're quoting a funny thing, or if nobody's actually being hurt by it, it's not a bad.
I got the soapbox out. He's standing on it.
Do whatever you want, dude.
He's standing right on top.
I'm just saying, dude. Redman.
He's like, I should be able to say it.
Redman is my favorite rapper.
What if I did?
And I listen to him a lot in my car by myself, and I sing along. And there's nothing anyone can do about it.
So this is a really funny memory of being a kid just trying to fit in a party.
Yeah.
All right, so my brother had a party one time. I think this was like his 15th or 16th birthday.
Yeah.
Invited over all his friends, and they had a party in the garage, and we had a ping pong table. All right, this was about the time when Malibu's Most Wanted came out.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Right, so, like, when I was growing up, the word was said, and I didn't know it was bad. And also, like, dude, that's a true thing. Like, kids don't. That's why,
I did not have that experience, but my friends' dads did that a lot.
I said this to my family. I was like, no one is ever going to say it in front of my kid because someone said it in front of me, and I don't want them to say it in front of my kid.
Dude, my friends' dads, same shit, dude. You'd be at their house, and they'd be like, never mind.
I made a really fucked up mistake, Alex. So we're playing ping pong in the garage, and I'm just trying to fit in. It's older kids. Everybody's talking to me. I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, totally. And they're like, all right, it's this group versus this group. I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm going to speak up in the next one. All right. I stand up in the middle of this party and go, all right, it's the N-word versus the honkies, thinking both words carry the same weight. I swear to God, I thought both words carried the same weight.
Oh, man, dude.
And it was a stereo. I don't know how a record scratched, but there was a stereo playing. The fucking disco ball stopped. All of the black kids in the party, because we were pretty, like, mixed area growing up, had to go, George, what the fuck did your little brother just say? I was like, guys, I said it with an A. I was sitting there like defending myself. Even at that age, I somehow knew. I was like, I said it with an A.
Yeah, that's funny. Dude.
And they had to be like, do you know how? They had to be like, yo, do you know what you just said was bad? I'm like, I didn't know I was saying something bad. I thought that was a normal thing that people say. They're like, no. Yeah, they had to explain it to me. And that's how racial equality was solved in my town.
So this is my thing. It's like that word makes me laugh when I hear it. When it's not being thrown at people I know. Like, if I'm walking down the street and I just hear somebody yelling. Just the thought of it makes me giggle. Like, if you're walking down the street, you just heard... You'd be like, what the fuck? What's going on over there? Anyway.
So, let's...
But, yeah, it's not good. Well, growing up, too, my friend... Well, like I said, it doesn't... Where I grew up, you knew not to say it or not... Or to... That's the... I don't know. You know.
I was at a mic earlier. This girl was bombing so hard on a mic, and then I guess she had nothing else to say, and she was like, I guess all I want to say is that some of the men were here last week talking about a female in here, and it was pretty, a degrading of women. So I just want to say that I think it's wrong.
Oh, nice.
And two of the guys in the audience went, I didn't know that, but I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I was like, it was like, what the fuck?
Dude,
like,
this
is the most New York open mic thing I've ever seen.
Dude, the amount
it's insane. This place is insane.
Dude, the dudes out here who try to get, and I mean try to get pussy at mics. So hard. And just for, like.
Why would you be coming to an open mic trying to get pussy?
It's so depressing, dude. It's just to see it happen. You're like, dude, just go ask her out.
If you want to know what comedy is, there's a scene. And there's people trying to be funny, and there's girls that are just trying their fucking hardest to be funny.
Yeah.
And then there's guys that are trying their hardest to bang those girls that are trying their hardest to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, you're so funny,
dude.
Do you really think so?
Dog. Oh my God. You. I don't think you were there at the time, but there is. I'm not going to say her name because we're like
respectful of women.
We're like relatively cool, but this chick, dude.
Women.
This chick started doing stand up in Connecticut. And I watched one. This could be any chick in Connecticut, honestly. This girl specifically, when she started doing stand up, dude. And I'm gonna just really narrow it down for the CTU listeners, but it was at good old Sea Grape back in the day. I don't know if you ever come to Sea Grape.
No, went to Sea Grape.
Don't worry about it. But one day, dude, this chick bombed. Just bombed. She didn't even bomb like that bad. She just didn't have a good set. And she didn't
curse
even,
all of you?
No, she didn't do it. Dude, she just had a bad set. She didn't even acknowledge. Like, she actually did the right thing and just got off stage and just sat down.
Everybody clapped.
Dude, no. I watched dudes, like, seemingly line up to just go up to her and be like, you did really good tonight. You like, I think you're
don't
like
say
really,
that.
really funny. And I watched her just go, oh, God, thanks. That's so sweet of you. And dude, it was like 10 dudes in a row, bro. I watched it from a distance and just drank.
Yeah, you gotta pick what you're there for, and what we're there for is not to go get pussy.
No, man. If it happens, it happens.
I've got
but,
some.
You know.
I have some woman at home. My beautiful.
Well, you have a wife, yeah.
My beautiful. I mean, we're not married, but it's pretty much 7.5 years.
Oh, that's.
It'll be 8 years this year. We're pretty much married. I would never cheat on her. Yeah, I pretty much have a wife at home. Plus, I got a pretty sweet kid.
Yeah.
Some dogs.
I have none of that,
cheat. Dude, big reason I wouldn't cheat. I couldn't fucking lose the dogs. They're fucking too important to me.
I have none of that, dude.
You don't have a dog?
No, look at this place.
Don't you have a cat back at your mom's?
At my mom's, yeah.
I've been telling this joke recently, where I like act like I was dying pretty much, and like when I'm leaving, I was like, I had to write a will, and then I had to say goodbye to everybody. When I was saying goodbye, I went up to my dog, I looked him right in his face, I was like, you're always shitty to me, fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
People really are like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Everybody always expects me to be like, I love you, you're the best dog ever.
Oh.
You're always shitty to me, fuck you.
He's a good boy.
It's not true. It wasn't even, it never happened.
Dude, I have to do that stuff about my mom when I talk about my mom on stage.
Yeah.
People after will come up to me and be like, you should be nicer to your mom. I'm like, I've literally never said what I just said about my mom to her face.
I would never say
that. Would be so disrespectful.
Yep. So, Alex, I'm going to follow the track to let me call you back a little bit, ask you some questions. How long have you been a comedian?
7 years. And
7
some
years.
Change. And now, yeah, like 7 years in a month.
Nice, dude.
January 2015, 2016.
I don't want to do the fucked up thing, but how does that feel?
You know, dude, it's. I wish I was farther than I was, but I'm way farther than I thought I would get.
You are farther than you realize. Don't
Dude,
discount yourself.
I am. Thank you. I just, man, there's just, I don't know.
Jeez, Black.
What? What?
Is that the reason why you're not funny?
No, not at all, dude. Damn sluts. I mean, definitely, you know.
Is that why you're not funny?
You know, sluts have been good to me.
Real talk.
That might have gotten me in some trouble. I'd be way too real around people.
And I got news for you. That means you
saying that to people would piss them off.
Yeah.
No, yeah, dude. 7. It feels good, man. I
hit every drop in a row. I was like, you know what? They can all go in a row.
I just wish I had more money, dude, and I had more gigs, and I don't think that'll ever change. And then I think, like, I remember I wanted what I wanted now, and now that I want this, I want more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't think that'll ever change. And,
was your mecca in your head comedy in New York?
You know, dude, when I started comedy, it was just, I was like, oh, I could see myself do. I guess my comedy mecca is touring. Like, for real, touring. That's what I want. Comedy in New York is fun, but it's like, I don't know how it's going to pan out. I am trying to apply myself more to actually, like, get past at a club and, like, a few. But it requires a lot of hanging out at one place, and I don't like doing that.
It's so funny you just said that to me. Someone earlier said to me, like, I was at the stand. I was like, were you at the mic? He's like, nah, man, me and so-and-so are just coming here to hang out. We're going to eat dinner, and we're just going to hang out and watch and say hi to the other comedians and mingle. Like, you know, I've been asking people what their difference is and what can be in comedy, how they get farther. And, like, I see all these people go to open mics every night and get nowhere. And then I seen a guy that just hangs out at the stand and does mics a couple nights a week, and he got passed in 2 years. I'm like maybe that's anecdotal, but maybe there is an art to the social game. Like, maybe there is a thing that, like,
I wish I was better at that. I wish I never really started producing shows. That's something my stupid piece of shit ex-girlfriend got me into, and now I'm kind of trapped. So
why are you trapped? Well, don't you enjoy producing?
I do, but I don't like it. It's not. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't like fuel me. It makes me go like, oh, I have to. It's my own personal thing. It's not. Let's put it this way. I hate having this conversation with other producers when I message them and go, hey, I'd love to be on your show, and they go, well, I only do spots with people who exchange spots, and I see that you do a show, so as long as you exchange spots with me. And then I go look at their lineups, and I go, wow, that's weird, because I've never seen you on any of these other people's shows, and 6 of these people you booked don't have shows. So dude, what the fuck is going on here? Dude, you know what I mean? So
I laugh. I hit a girl up to be on a show, like, hey, like, I'd love to be on this show soon. She's like, yeah, awesome. I'll try and get you in soon when I can. I'll let you know when I think of you. I'm like, thanks. So she hits me up 3 days notice to be like, hey, on Monday I need you to could you come and do a guest spot Monday night? 3 days notice. Yeah. I'm like, I'm working in New York all week. I can't come back to Philly for a free 4-minute spot on 3 days notice. Like,
right.
And she sent back to me, well, don't say I didn't try. I was like, you didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I really appreciate it. Thank you, which I really do. But you didn't try. You were like, hey, I totally forgot about you. There's a spot on Monday, a guest spot. You want to do 3-4 minutes? Like,
yeah, man.
How about you just actually book me?
Yeah, dude. It's I was
like, I'm home all next week. And she's like, okay, cool. Didn't say anything. I was like,
what I've realized, dude, is if you just keep bothering them, they'll hopefully eventually give in.
No, yeah, certain people give in.
Yeah.
Oh, recently I've been trying to. You guys let you guys know. The listeners at home, I'm fucking trying to get funny people on this podcast. We're trying to do funny things.
Oh, thanks.
So
we're talking shop right now.
I wasn't talking about Alex. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, being gay.
Alex is very funny.
We can go back and talk about the N-word. We should do that.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No. What I am saying though is that I've been getting in like squeaky places, tight holes, trying to talk to different comedians and like make this podcast funnier and keep moving. So like, there's an art to it. You have to fucking network. Can't say no.
No,
you guys keep saying this to me. You have to just fucking ask.
Yep, I ask. Dude, I literally every month at least sit down. I go through everyone in my phone. I go through my followers, all this. I message everyone I can about spots. And if they get pissy with me, fuck them, dude. Yeah. It's like that's just what it is right now. Like if no one's going to reach out to me, I'm reaching out to everyone.
And not even just spots like for the podcast, like just big gets. Like
that too,
the mic thing, like that was cool. I'm really happy. Shout out to Mike Racine.
Mike Racine's the man, dude.
Alex had an episode with Mike. That's kind of like what made me do it. I was like, Alex was like, I just emailed him.
Yes,
I was
he's
like,
a very nice guy.
If Alex can do it, I can fucking do it.
Yeah, man.
For everybody at home.
A lot of these people, not saying like Mike's...
No, Mike's big. Mike's a funny guy. He's a touring headliner.
A lot of people in comedy are more accessible the more... Like, I live out here, so it's also easier to...
The barrier to entry is a lot less difficult than people put.
Yeah.
Most people's barrier to entry is themselves.
Yeah, we also... Like, being out here, you run into these people a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I got Chris Faig on my podcast. I mean, Zach Amico's taking me on the road, so he's been on my podcast. Like, he's great.
I would like to meet Zach and clear some air with him. I've told you this a couple times.
What did you say to him?
That's
right.
I saw a picture of him on a podcast page. I had never seen Zach before, and I didn't know what his style was, and I didn't know what he looked like, and what his hair was. And now I know how much of the man he is, and what a sweetheart he is. Yeah. But I commented on a picture of him. I said, wow, dude, why does that guy look like he's fucking dying right now?
Yeah,
and Zach said, wow, fuck you fat loser.
Yeah, it's a very tight subject for Zach. Zach's a great guy.
I know.
He's one of the sweetest guys.
Dude, he was wearing, I know, I heard. He
really is.
He was wearing his thinning hair long. And I was like.
Me and Zach hit the road, and he's literally like, we get along so well. We literally did a gig in Saratoga Springs where we had like, he and I joked about how we had like the whole day seemed like if we were gay together, it would be like a day we talked about when we died, like in The Last of Us. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
that episode of The Last of Us where the two gay guys are reminiscing about their life. That's me. But me and Zach had a day like that.
You guys did gay shit and reminisced about it?
No, we did. I'm saying if we were gay, it would have been a day we looked at back fondly when we were dying together or something. You know what I mean? Oh yeah.
And I got news for
Well,
you. That means you're gay.
this is also his reference. But anyway,
Still gay.
He's a funny dude. He's a great dude.
No, I wish I could meet. Dude, I really sometimes wonder. I'm like, I wonder if he remembers that.
He might, bro.
Dude,
I don't know.
Hey, Zach, my name is Declan. He's like, Declan fucking Brooks, you fat fucking pussy. I'm like, what? He's like, do I still look like I'm
He
fucking dying?
remembers you
And
the
he
whole
kills me.
time. He remembers you.
Because like he's a little bit bigger than me, right?
yeah.
He's just like, showdown,
Yeah.
now.
Right. You're definitely a big boy, dude.
I just have to fight him. I hope not.
You used to be a bouncer, right?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
makes
used to
sense.
get down with the get down.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'll say this: when I was a bouncer, I didn't like to have to punch people. Like it was like a thing I avoided.
So you do like a shover.
Shove or grab or squeeze or twist you, throw you out the fucking door. So when I became a main floor bouncer, I watched as everybody that was a main floor bouncer. The kind of idea is like, hey, when shit pops off, get ready. You start punching people in the face. And like the first time I had to do that, I was like, I'm so fucking scared right now. Like
You're like
am I
Roadhouse?
am I gonna have to punch somebody in the fucking face right now?
I don't want to do that.
So
Fuck your hands up.
punching people in the face is scarier than you think. And then you do it and you're like, oh God, I got lethal weapons. This
Fuck
is
your
insane.
hands up too.
Dude, I clapped a kid one time. He was so close to. I saw someone get. This was like you. It's one of those moments where I was like, "Oh God, I have to do this." This guy was getting ready to punch one of my coworkers in the face, and the guy said to me, "He's like, man, I felt his hand next to my head." I punched this kid in the face on New Year's Eve and dropped him, knocked him out, and he was like, "Dude, I felt his hand on my face, and I heard your hand hit his face." And he. It's not fun. It does hurt your hands.
I've never gotten in a like full blown fist fight, but I've gotten into a bunch of different tussles.
One of
which I
my-
always thought was interesting.
One time, the doorman I worked with, I walked inside for a second to deal with something. I came out, and somebody had started a fight. He was trying to break it up, and people were jumping him, and I just saw red, bro. Like, a kid tore my shirt off of me trying to get me to stop. I was just ripping people off, kicking people, throwing punches and shit.
God damn.
I had a buddy jump on my back. He's like, whoa. It was like somebody jumped on the back of a bully. He was like, whoa, big fella. Chill. I was like,
I want to get in like a house party fight when everyone's fighting, and you throw everything to the kitchen. That's me.
you don't want to get in fights, though. Like, people
No,
have
I don't.
guns.
Yeah, man. I was talking about somebody. I think it was somebody else. It's like you have to that thing in life when someone's like, "Oh, let them throw the first punch." It's like don't ever let somebody throw the first punch. If you
punch
think
them in the
they're-
face as hard as you can.
If you think someone's gonna attack you, just start attacking them.
keep them from getting to their
Yeah,
gun.
either leave or be very offensive.
Yeah.
Like on the offensive. That's what I
Make
mean.
your attack immediately as effectively as possible and
Yeah,
then retreat.
and retreat, dude. There's no that whole like honor, like yeah. No, it's like, dude, if they clock
like, don't kick
you,
him while he's down. Like, no,
Yeah,
punch him in
they-
the face. If he's still awake, kick him in the face a couple times and then run.
run away. Yeah, and if that fucking because people will, if they can hit you the right way, you can get fucked up and die. Or if they decide to hit you and they have a weapon, then you're doubly fucked.
I thought I killed a kid one time. I kind of you seen the movie, the Nicolas Cage movie Con Air?
Yeah, dude. I watched
scene-
that the other day, last week, literally with Ryan.
So the scene where
Back
he
when
does
things
that
were
fucking
good.
punch, it's pouring rain. He
Yeah.
fucking
Caves
hits that
the
guy in
guy's
the nose.
in there. Caves his nose into his skull.
He's sitting there. He's like, "No, I just killed him. Why, God?" He's sitting there in the rain crying. Trisha.
I've seen
I
this
love
movie
Nick,
1,000
I
times.
love Nicolas Cage.
He
dude.
also, I just want to throw this out there, would have not. I mean, they do show that the guy took the knife away. His friends took the knife when they left, but like, his wife was a witness of like they tried to
actually her testimony didn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, they tried to be like that he would go to jail for that. It's like, yo, a dude got assaulted by 3 guys while trying to defend his wife in the rain, and he killed one of them in defense. There's no way. It looked like it was in Texas.
Yeah.
There's no way he would go to jail.
No, I know. It was
No
pretty,
fucking way.
It was pretty nuts.
And
He went to
there's-
jail for that.
And a judge wouldn't be like, in the military, you're held to a higher. He'd be like,
Yeah.
it would be a whole thing of
Yeah.
like, he's a good guy. Anyway.
Yeah, there would have been
it's
a whole
movie.
Facebook page. There
That
was-
whole
yeah,
movie is
obviously.
retarded, but it's one of the best retarded movies of all
I know.
time.
So getting back to
Sorry.
that punch, that moment where he hits
Yeah.
his nose like that, I'm standing out front of a nightclub and I'm wearing a nice jacket.
Yeah.
We worked at Down nightclub, and next door was a Howl at the Moon. It was a chain nightclub and bar. They were connected in the middle. Mm-hmm. And the kid got kicked out from the bar next door thinking I had something to do with how he got kicked out.
Yeah.
And he walks up to me and grabs the vent on my suit jacket and grabs it and rips it from top to bottom. Like, from the bottom up, I should say.
Yeah.
Like, unzips my fucking... Destroys. It was like a $400 Michael Kors jacket. And I turned around and Con Aired him so fucking quick, and his nose exploded.
Ooh.
Yo, it was scary, Alex. I thought I killed him.
No,
he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, you fucking are, pussy. I was like, that's a $400 jacket. I was losing my mind. His friend's like, I'm taking him home. I'm sorry. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I was losing my mind.
So I've done that because I've had like altercations with people where I've gone like crazy. And I think the best one I ever had was when I was in a movie theater. And I was watching American Sniper.
Okay.
Bradley Cooper. I was really Americaning out, as you could say. Anyway, that's even a fucking thing. Anyway, I'm watching this movie, and this kid behind me kicked my seat numerous times during the movie.
Was he getting some head?
I don't know what he was doing. He kicked my seat like a bunch of times, bro, and I was like, okay.
He was obviously bitching you out.
Like, yo, he does this. He keeps doing this. And then, dude, he got up. And then he went to the bathroom, and when he came back, dude, because I'll say this, it was like, this is before they reclined, so I was just leaning back in my seat, but that's like what happened. Like, I was there first. I was already leaning back, so when he sat down, he was kicking my seat.
This pussy was jostling, is what you're saying. He was jostling for some position.
So he comes back from the bathroom or whatever, and when he sits down, dude, he pushes the top of my chair with he sits down like on... Like leans forward, just leans into my chair,
like purposely pushing down.
And
on
I
your chair.
just sit back, and I like go like red in my head, and I'm like, if this kid touches my, and then he like in almost as I'm thinking that, just kicks my chair, and I sprung up like my friends even said, they go, you just shot up out of nowhere, because I did. I shot up into the air like straight up, turned around, grabbed the back of my seat, and like if this kid had popcorn in his lap, I could have shoved my face in it. So I was that close to him. I just like got in his face. I was like, if you kick my seat one more fucking time, I'm hopping over here and I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life. I swear to God, touch my seat again. And his friend was like, chill out. And I go, if you say another thing, I'm going to fuck you up too. And why are you touching my seat? And he's like, you're leaning back far, man. And I go, so why wouldn't you just say lean forward? But you have to keep kicking my seat, and now you have a problem. He's like, my bad. I go, fucking touch my seat again. And I just sat back down, dude. I just like that. And I sat back down, and dude, my cousin just like looked over at me, and I was like, what? And he was just like, nothing. We just watched the whole movie. No one touched my seat. And then at the end,
I let the demon out a lot.
Dude, everyone left. Dude, when everyone left, my boys were like, "What did you do to that kid?" And I was like, I told them what happened, and they're like, "Oh, okay," because we're like, all we saw was you shoot up and just
screaming.
I wasn't screaming. They said all we heard was you being like, because I was just like, I was like barking at him. I was like, I'll fucking kill you. I was so, dude.
How old was the kid?
He was my age. Like we were the same
right.
age. We were not. This was like 10 years ago. So this is like, I'm 31. Yeah, I probably was 21, 22. But I was ready to like rip this kid's head off.
I was going to do this kid Ari Shields pod, and
give me a headache.
I was parking the other day.
Yeah.
I let the demon out sometimes, and I'm backing into a spot. Obviously, I'm gonna not hit your car, and this guy passes me while I'm backing into the spot and beeps at me, and I just let it out immediately. I said, "No shit, cocksucker!" The two guys in my car were like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, dude, I live in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
This is New York. I'm way too used to driving.
Yeah, man.
I'm obviously not going to hit your car.
Yeah, there's sometimes I have to go, like something happens where I'm like, I have to go confront this person, or like they're not going to know.
This week I got in an argument with a person at a Firestone Tire Center.
Yeah.
I was driving home from work and I had a flat. I had a slow leak that was leaking. I got like 10 or 15 PSI too low, and I'm like, what the fuck? So it says my front right tire has a leak. I take it to a Walmart parking lot. I look for a flat or a nail, nothing. Can't find it, so I take it to a Firestone. I take it there. I'm waiting for someone to tell me what tire it is. I said, hey, fix the flat or plug it and do a tire rotation. I really need that. I drive a lot. They're like, okay, no problem. I'm under the impression it's my front right tire.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for a tire rotation. They bring my car out, didn't tell me what tire it was. And when I look at my tires, the tire that was repaired is now the front left tire. I'm like, yo, man, they didn't rotate my tires. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, the tire that had the problem was on the front right. Now it's on the front left. All he did was switch the front tires. So now the guy at the front counter accused his guy in the shop of not doing his job. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, did you rotate the tires? He's like, yeah, I did. And the guy didn't explain himself. He just kept saying it. He's like, did you rotate the tires? He's like, because the guy marked the tire when he was trying to find his flat. And also he's saying you only switch the fronts. We're like going back and forth, and he's like kind of like Puerto Rican, doesn't speak very good English. I'm like, dude, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I said to the guy, I was like, I want my tires rotated before I leave. And the guy's like going back and forth with him, and I was like, you know what, dude, fuck it. He doesn't want to do it. Don't charge me for it. I'll just go somewhere else. Fuck this shit. And the guy that goes, no, buddy, listen. The tire that had the leak wasn't your front right. It was the back left. Your tires weren't programmed correctly, so it was reading the wrong tire. He's the guy switched all of the tires around. That's why the front left is up there, because I moved the back left to the front.
This is so too technical for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I know it's a little too technical. Long story short, I thought the front right tire had a leak. It was actually the back left. He rotated my tire. Rotating your tires, all that means is they switch all the tires around. Yeah. Normally, you don't switch the front left with the front right. You switch the backs with the front.
Yeah. I've realized I gotta stop. I can't yell at people.
So I yelled at this guy.
Yeah, I can't yell. Yeah. If I yell, people think that I'm like gonna kill them or something.
So I immediately apologized to the guy though too, and then like I felt bad. I went and bought him 2 Red Bulls, came back, dropped him off, and left. If you're gonna be angry, Alex, you gotta pick and choose it. You gotta fucking.
I know.
Equal karmas.
I you know what who I don't get mad at?
Who's that?
Women.
Really? You sure?
Well, like women I'm dating.
Okay.
Like
Are you dating anybody?
It's none of your business, dude.
He's dating hoes.
Yeah, there's hoes out there, dude.
There's hoes.
No, they're lovely ladies. No, but I'm out here, dude. What do you want from me? I'm a single man, but there are, there's a
All right, I got a good question for you.
There's a special, there's some cool.
This is my podcast question. I like to always ask people this about their comedy history and everything.
I don't know what I was about to say, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. What was your first joke that you would say? Or what was the joke you would tell people when they'd say, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me a joke."
I mean, I never do that. I usually say, well, I do like a street
joke. You indulged once or twice.
I say it to women on like when I'm on dating apps. If they ask me that, I'll say, "What's a duck's favorite drug?" And they'll say like, "What?" And I'll just write quack.
Heroin. You should.
Heroin.
You should have taken a chance to be like Tranquidol.
Yeah. Crocodile with a K.
Quackadiles.
Yeah, crocodile with a Q. Yeah, dude. No, it's
Quankadile.
Yeah, quank.
I wish there was a way to make Tranquit, because
no, it sucks.
Like I know. There's no way to make Trank and Quack funny together.
Queed.
Because that would be the name of the episode if I could figure that out. What was your first joke? Seriously,
dude. My first jokes that I remembered writing were like about young actors not having it, like how young actors complain about their lives, but they really don't have like bad lives. Like compared to regular kids, they don't have bad lives. Like that was kind of what it was about. You had a
bone to pick with young actors.
I hate whenever.
What's the deal with all these young actors?
Because it is, dude. There's the thing of young actors where they're all, every young actor or child actor when they get to be like 20 or something always do these tell-all interviews where they're like, being a child actor was actually one of the hardest parts of my life because I didn't have a social life.
My parents
didn't have
so
friends.
mean.
My parents, and it's like, bro, you have
they made
money.
So much money off of me.
Yeah, but
so
you have money now, don't you? And they're just like, I've tried. It's like, dude, regular kids also get molested, and they have $0 to show for it. Like, no, don't. I'm not saying they got.
And not all child actors got molested.
No, and not even that.
But there's
they
at least
all
like a 1 in 100.
They all act like, actually, fame was bad for me. It's like, go fuck yourself.
No,
you guys got driven. They literally had experiences that most kids will never ever have, and we all had to do the same shitty thing together.
The
and
shitty
it fucking
thing is
sucked.
their parents not teaching them how to absorb it properly. That's
Well,
probably the shitty thing
dude,
about being the child.
But
actors.
like, it's the thing of like, oh, it was hard being on set every day. It's like, dude, school sucked. School sucked dick. No kid is like, you missed out on Miley Cyrus on fucking history where the teacher lied to us about how nice the Pilgrims were to the natives.
where was your
fucking bitch?
Where was your first mic at?
Keegan's in Middletown.
You're just in Keegan's. You're like, fuck these child fucking actors. Fuck you. Go to school. Go to the fucking school.
Yeah. No, but dude, I still do the bit sometimes
people are
because
like,
I've
what the
I've
fuck?
rewritten it. And stuff.
What is this kid yelling about?
Well, because it's so.
Is this kid an actor that's not
Yeah,
doing
dude.
well right
That's
now?
my whole spiel in stand-up. If you've never seen me, what grinds my gears? Yeah,
You're the oldest child actor.
yeah, dude, it's me, man. No, I just get so, dude. When famous people or rich people complain about like their point of view, like it's actually difficult from the. It's like shut the fuck up, dude. Like you're a unique person. We know you go through the same shit we do, but you're special. So stop acting. Or we've deemed you special. So stop acting like, oh, I actually wanted the normal life because you fucking don't.
Sometimes I wish I was poor and a loser. Like, now you don't.
Sometimes I wish I
You really
fucking,
don't.
Yeah, I wish I went to a high school basketball game. You know what?
Sometimes
they
I
fucking
wish I
suck.
had no friends and was
Yeah.
fat and hung out with other fat kids in school.
I wish
no,
I went to,
you don't.
I wish I went to the creek with my friends and my crush went and banged my friend in the woods instead of me.
Dude, that was
fuck you.
That was my favorite part about growing up. That none of the shit in movies happened.
Yeah,
Like there was no fucking makeout hill.
yeah. No, there
I
isn't.
didn't
Not
finger
really.
any
Yeah,
girls at a party.
There is, but
nobody's
it's-
mom
yeah.
tried to fuck me.
Right, there is, but it's not the way it's made up in movies. You know what I mean?
I think I was just ugly.
That- yeah.
I could have just been ugly.
I think about that too. Like when you went to more like parties, like I went to parties that I've seen in movies, like shit like that, where I've been at a party, I'm like, yo, this is like a fucking movie. Like for real.
This is a fuck. You ever see that? You ever say that with your friends? You're like, yo, we're about to fucking make a movie
that's
tonight.
so fucking
though.
gay. That's so gay. Shout out to Cody
We're
Marino.
making a movie tonight.
Cody Marino
cuz.
says stuff like that, and I do love Cody Marino, but he would say shit like that. He'd be like, yo, it's about to be a movie tonight.
Cody
Like, shut
Marino.
up, Cody.
Cody Marino is every female comic's favorite comedian in Connecticut.
He is a handsome man.
If fucking August Harvest always says that.
Who's
That girl that.
Oh, Megan. Oh,
Megan
yeah, I
Harvey.
love Megan. Because
she goes by.
She hits on me
Yeah.
too. Shout out to them.
She's like, next, come
Shout
on
out
the
to Cody.
stage.
I want to make it clear.
Shout out to Cody Marino. I
I
do
do
Cody. He's
love
funny.
Cody. He knows. He knows it's love.
She'll be like, next, come to the stage. This little
Dude,
this little hunk ball. He's so fucking tasty looking.
Yeah, she's done that to
Like,
me.
Jesus Christ, Megan, stop.
She's been like all these comics around. It's like I wonder why they're single because they're like also attractive. And speaking of that, Alex Tomaselli, I'm like,
Dude,
thanks,
you know
Megan.
how much it sucks being fat and somewhat ugly sometimes, or like maybe just not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and like watch it happen to you, and then I'm like, next, come to the stage. This guy's the. They try
Fat
not to
piece of
say.
shit.
They try not to say he's a fat piece of shit.
He's a
this guy's
funny
a
guy.
This guy's a father, and he's silly. He's a pretty silly guy. Give it up for Declan. It's
Yeah.
like I'm hot too.
Yeah, dude, I'm
hot fat.
Dude, so I'm not. I just want to throw this out there. Also,
ahead.
I don't consider myself hot. I've never said that about myself. But in comedy, I've gotten called hot more than any other realm in my life by everyone. I mean, like fellow comedians, women comedians, like people in the audience, and like I've had hosts at Mike be like, this next comedian, I don't know if he models or anything, but he should give it. And it's like Sonia from fucking Black Cat did that one time, and I was like, I got up on stage and I was like, thanks, Sonia.
Sonia's a
thank
thirsty
you. I had
little.
no idea. I
she's
was
a
like, damn.
thirsty little
Thank you.
European lady.
Yeah, dude. And I've also
Like, I was trying to fuck the other guys today. And, it was very funny. He was so nice.
It's exactly how
That's
she
how
sounds,
exactly how she talks, right?
The,
She's like, wow, New York is so wacky, yeah? She sounds like fucking Yakov Smirnoff.
dude. So last year, dude. Also, and I'm not again. I don't think I'm hot. I know I'm a relatively attractive man for my age and everything.
your pussy stories. Go ahead.
Dude, last year I got like I got like shoved into places by more women than I ever have in my life.
Asian women, right?
No.
That was the tomato mic, right?
That was that she didn't really. She just controlled.
Was that 2 years
That
ago?
was like
at this
2
point?
years ago.
A year and a half almost.
That was a great night, dude.
Yo, you were an inspiration for me. You're like, I did this mic in Philly called the Tomato Mic. I was like, I'm gonna do the tomato.
Dude, though that girl just she like just led me into her apartment. That's different. I've had last year numerous women just like shoved me into a closet, and I was like, "Wait, I'm just a boy." Just
Alex, that's rape.
yeah. Well, it wasn't rape.
Alex, that's kind of rape.
No, it's a bit. It's not real.
I know.
I was completely fine. But the tomato mic thing was, the girl was like, "You should come to the bar with us after, even though you're covered in tomato juice." And I was like, "I will." And then I did, and she was like, "You should come like walk with us out of here." And I was like, "I will." And then we walked back to her apartment, and then her friend disappeared, and she was like, "You should come like hang out with me on this couch over here." And
Yeah, it sounds like getting pussy. That sounds like it. If I had to say,
dude.
I don't got a ton of that pussy, but
it's a good time, man.
I can see it. Yeah.
Shout out to those ladies out there, dude. They've made me not want to kill myself.
Question: do you care if we go over an hour?
We can go as long as you want, dude.
Yeah, because what we'll probably do is if it's a good rolling hour or more,
Let's keep going, bro.
we'll I might throw some of this on the Patreon.
Oh, you can do whatever you want, bro.
I've been doing a Patreon. Do you do Patreon?
Not yet. Oh, it's all free for me, baby. Check out Yes
I
Offense
know.
podcast, you
Yeah.
guys. if you've
Guys,
gotten
please
this far.
check out the Yes Offense podcast. That's Alex's podcast. It's
So
very
much fun.
funny. He's had guys like Mike Racine on there and Chris
Yeah.
Vega and other funny people. And
I've had a little bit of a lull lately just because of scheduling issues, and that's really it. It's just
people being pussies.
Yeah. Ryan Peterson. Nah, that's my boy, but
That's a direct shot.
That is a direct shot. And that's my boy, but what a wiener he was that day.
These blacks.
All right, he's white, but
I meant to say
shut
that
up.
means you're gay.
I think I'm gonna do real talk. But yeah, that works too.
Damn.
Oh, that's for the ladies.
He's a slut too.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. Yeah, I got molested a lot last year, and it was a good year.
Good year.
It was a good year for your boy, dude.
That's a good year
Just
right
getting because that's the thing, dude. I've never had that happen, and I've never had it happen at that high of volume. Like, I'll go on a date with a girl, and they're like, "We can go back to my place," but I've never been anywhere where I've been hanging out, and like a girl I know is there, and they're like, "Hey, come over here," and I'm like, "What?" They're like, shove me into a corridor, and
there. Single guys
they
are the
have their
only
way
guys.
with me.
Single guys are the only people that enjoy being molested. There's like
I also I throw it out there too. I'm very like you ever seen The Heat, the movie The Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock?
dude, someone just brought this up on my podcast like 2 episodes ago. When so and so was like, she's got a great ass.
Yes, that's the movie Heat. The movie The Heat is
Two different movies.
Two different movies.
That's what I'm saying. I've neither seen either.
Heat, wow. First of all, you should watch both, but you definitely got
I'm
to watch
sorry,
Heat.
Alex.
The Heat is with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
And there's a scene in it when Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy are like going like they're trying to seduce guys.
Damn.
Yes.
What?
And Melissa McCarthy like grabs Sandra Bullock and just like rips her clothes to like make her sexier. And Melissa McCarthy's dressed like a biker, essentially. She's just like a dumb.
She's also a whale of a person.
Yeah. And she like dresses down Sandra Bullock and is like, "All right, you're good to go." And then Sandra Bullock's like, "What about you?" She's like, No, I'm good." And she's like, "What do you mean you're good?" And she goes, "I don't need to dress like that. I exude sexual energy through motion." And that's how I do things. That's me. Like, I just put it out there, and these sluts pick it up, dude.
You do this thing with your hips, I guess. You're like,
The way I move is like, I will have sex with you.
so I'm surprised you didn't ask me any questions about how I made ramen earlier.
No, why would I? You're fat.
Yeah, I know.
So,
You're
yeah,
like, I'm surprised.
sorry.
You were like, how did you make ramen?
I thought you just got it from a store.
No.
You have
I
a
have a
thing
little
in your-
burner in my car.
You have a hot plate?
Dude, yeah, it's a little backpack burner.
When I heard
I made a hot cup of tea, and then I
Wow.
made a cup of ramen. When I sat there and waited for Alex, because he was fucking late tonight.
I was a little late. When I heard meaning ramen in my car, I went, that's what they do.
Sounds like Declan. That's what fats do.
They do.
It's my name. My Instagram name, not my Instagram. My X name, my Twitter name is Declan Funny and Fat. That's my name.
But you're like, because I've talked about this on my podcast. Not the biggest fan of the fats, but I don't view you as a.
I'm an athletic fat.
Yeah, I don't view you as a fat person, even though I literally call you fat.
Dude, there was another fat. Dude, I love this. I was at Alex's show the other night, and he's like, both of my fat friends showed up, and I immediately was jealous. I'm like, where's this fat pussy at? Where's he at?
JT the Taxman, shout out JT.
I didn't see him.
Nice guy.
He never even came up to me. He's like, so you're it, aren't you?
You're the other one. Yeah, no, you left before the thing.
Yeah, I know.
That was an interesting set because I usually don't get stoned before my sets, and I
I
don't.
told you like 5 minutes before you went
They
up.
told me 5 minutes before I went up, would you like a spot? And I'm always one to take a spot.
But like
but
while
I
you're
was
smoking
cooked.
weed, they were like, hey, while you're
was
smoking weed, do you want
cooked.
to go up last second?
I did have a fun set, but it wasn't, I could have done better.
Yeah.
That is the thing I've learned in stand-up. I used to always get stoned and go on stage, and then one day I was like, man, I am not performing as well as I should be, and I'm trying to transfer that into my regular life until nighttime now, but
Okay.
it's not going well.
All right, well, let's say something positive. What has been your favorite comedy moment thus far over the 7 years?
Oh, man, dude.
You got to have one, whether it's a high or low or whatever it is.
Fuck, dude. I'm
Pick it.
probably going on the road with Zach's a big one.
Yeah?
And just, doing shit with him.
Like the
was-
Soul Joel show? Was that your first show?
Yeah,
you did with
man,
him?
that was a big deal. That was it was because I've told Zach this, so it's not that weird. But even though I hope it's not weird when he heard it because he didn't seem, we still have hung out since then. But fucking, like before I moved, dude, I used to listen to I still do to some degree, but I listen to Legion of Skanks, fucking
A lot, yeah.
a lot of Gas Digital. Real Ass Podcast
Yeah,
though is
same.
probably my favorite podcast, and it's crazy to like literally a year before that, dude, I was driving in my car listening to them in my work van,
Yep.
like Zach being like, "Huh, you're gay," and shit like that, and now, dude, I'm working with these people. Like, they know me. We're cool. We're friends. I consider them, comedy friends. And
Yeah,
it's
I
just...
said this with Lemaire. I'm a
Lemaire's
big
another
fan.
one, dude.
Lemaire's such a good...
Yeah.
Shout out to Lemaire
Lemaire
Lee.
Lee.
One of the most grounded, good comedians I've
guy,
met in the
dude.
scene.
Good luck in Austin, my friend. I
yeah,
hope
good
to
luck
see
in
you
Austin,
soon.
my friend. I was so fortunate to make that friend in my comedy scene. I
He's a good guy.
very quickly into my journey, too.
Lemaire, one time, I just had to hang out in Philly for the day, and I hit him up, and he said, yeah, come by. And he made me a chicken parma sandwich, and we just watched YouTube videos together.
That's
it was very
awesome.
pleasant. It was a very pleasant afternoon.
We did a show up at the Nook, and when we got done, we all went back to the guy who owns the Nook's camper at his house.
Yeah.
And got really drunk and stoned and hung out, me, him, and Dorian, and then they had just done a show in Providence, Rhode Island, and wherever they would do their show at was in a dispensary. Mm-hmm. Across the street from the dispensary was like a famous Italian meats place.
Yeah.
And they show up to this guy's house with a bunch of Italian meats, expecting to bring it home and forget it all. And the owner of the Nook was like, dude, they left me with like 10, 15 pounds of Italian sausages.
Oh, yeah, you were in heaven. Yeah. But yeah, I'd say it's probably going on the road with Zach. That's a really good experience. And moving to New York, dude, was a big deal, man. New York, I highly recommend anybody who does stand-up. You do stand up for a little while wherever you start and then move to a real scene. It's a big...
Would you call
It's
it
good.
a pleasant experience all over?
Yeah. Besides the fact that I can't lock down like a real job, it's probably the best thing I've done. I'll
Listen,
never
if you're in
regret
New
this.
York and you're listening and you've got a job, give it to Alex.
Please, anybody, if you have any jobs anywhere in New York, please. Let me
Yeah, if you're listening to
fucking
Alex's
support.
podcast, since this will be on his side,
Yeah.
fucking help.
Yeah, no, man. It's I love living out here. It's wild.
What's
like,
your favorite food in the city?
I love getting the taco trucks, dude. I love taco trucks. I know that's very generic and probably like bad for you, but I love me a good taco truck. But I also love like Vinny's Pizza.
What's
in,
your favorite taco, though?
Carnitas taco, dude. Plain
Just a
and
basic pork taco.
Pork taco, baby. And Martha's Bakery, bro. I love the bakeries out here. Martha's Bakery in Williamsburg and Rudy's Bakery pastry shop in Queens is really good.
Nice.
It's a mile from my apartment. I walk there, and people, you can check out my Insta stories. You'll see me taking bites out of the top of my donuts from there. Man, dude. The city
You called me a
rules.
slut on your podcast, on your story last night.
Yeah, I did.
You bitch.
I call everyone a slut, dude.
Somehow
Especially the
slut to
women
you.
I'm friends with who are actually my friends. I'll call them sluts on.
I noticed that everything you do put on your stories and everything is you eating.
Eating,
Yeah.
calling people sluts, calling
Art
Mariah a
and
pedophile,
comedy.
and comedy stuff. Yeah.
Is he actually a pedophile?
No, why would I hang out with a pedophile?
I don't know, dude. You're kind of weird.
I am weird,
And
but
you're
not,
also accepting.
not that accepting and not that weird at all. But and let me think. Anything else in comedy? I don't know, man. It's a trip. I enjoy it a lot.
Alex, plug your shit.
Guys, I do the Yes Offense podcast. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Check it out. Please subscribe. I'm also on Instagram at Silly Selly, all S's, no spaces, I at the end. Please come follow me. Just DM me if you want any more information on anything I've talked about. Just DM me, and if you ever want to book me on anything, just book me for real. I'm so funny.
Alex is so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny on stage.
I'm like the funniest guy.
You should book him. He's so fucking funny, dude. No, Alex is very funny. You can follow his Instagram for his podcast as well. It's the Yes Offense podcast, right?
Yes Offense, baby.
That's where you got clips and everything.
What?
Do you have clips on just there or on your personal page?
I also have a clip on the Yes Offense podcast on Instagram. The clips have been a little slow lately, though, because my producer is a busy man and he cannot work for free anymore. So
Exactly. That's what happens, dude. Podcasts take step back. Like, Raymond, I love you, but like what happened here is that we were doing this for free, and you were like, I got shit I got to do for money. I'm like, I totally understand.
Yeah, man.
Go do your thing.
Rough,
I'll keep doing this.
You gotta do it. And the podcast numbers, let's see, actually. They've been doing well. It's just I also haven't had an episode in 2 weeks because of poor planning and people being fucking cunts.
That's annoying.
But it is what it is, bro. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got a bunch of new subscribers. Holy shit. I have more subscribers than I thought. 333 subscribers on YouTube, guys. Built from nothing. Please go subscribe. I appreciate it. Let's get it to 500 at least by fucking summer, please.
You can go support Alex all over social media. You can find him on YouTube, obviously, Instagram. Hit him up. He's a great comedian. This was a very fun episode.
Thanks, man.
My name is Declan. This is the Let Me Call You Back podcast. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you next time.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We would really appreciate the support. You can find us on any streaming platform if you want to find more episodes. We have over a year's worth of content stacked up waiting for you. If you also want to support us on our Patreon, you can go over to the Let Me Call You Back podcast on Patreon. Right now it's only $1 a month. It's a pretty great deal. I think you guys should get in while the getting's good. We got interviews from the road. We have video sets of me doing comedy. We have other different great content, so go over there and check it out. I would really appreciate that support. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find my Instagram at Declan Loves Meatballs. You can also find Raymond at Ray_Brooks. And you can find the podcast at 555 Let Me Call You Back. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned for the next week's episode. You'll find one every week between Monday or Wednesday, depending on when I put them out. Thank you very much for your support, and see you next time.